Hey guys, it's been a while. I was working on building an Ottoman a few months ago, and I sort of got sidetracked doing all this other stuff, and I was traveling overseas as well, but finally got a weekend with no commitments, so really glad I can finally get some work done on it. So this is the Ottoman that I was building. And I ordered a few hinges online, and they've just arrived today, so yeah, I've got them here, and I'm gonna try to measure it up and get it all fitted, and hopefully I can get the lid back over there installed today. Yeah, so that's the plan. Let's get started. This is the soft close hinge that I got online. You can see that when I force it close, there's like a soft, smooth closing motion, and that's just basically to help prevent the lid from slamming down if I'm just closing it. So I got two of those, and they're going to go in. Also, something new that I got to help me with this project was this boring bit. This is to drill the cups of the hinges, this part here, so that it can fit in the lid and sit flush. Right, so that's the bit there. You can set how deep you want the cups to go in, and then you can just fix it here with this little hex key. I can lock that in, and then I just attach this to my drill. I don't have a drill press, so I'm just going to use the hand drill there, and hope I line it up straight and go through there. Well, actually from underneath. Right, I'm no expert at this, but I just measured it up, and I think I'm going to space the hinges about 30 centimeters from the edge. No particular reason for this, just I think it's sort of a good even spacing, and I'm gonna have a couple of other hinges which I've got sitting over the milk crate over there, that's gonna be drilled into the edge, into the sides. That'll help hold it up, so I won't be just relying on these soft close, because I'm actually not 100% sure what the loading capacity is on these, and this lid is fairly heavy, so I'm gonna have 4 hinges all up to help hold this lid up, and hopefully stay up when it's fully open. So after a little thinking, I just realized it actually made more sense to bore the holes first in the lid, and then once attached I could then screw the side mounts into the side of the box. Just make it a lot easier than trying to line up the holes and whatnot later on when I'm boring. So yeah, let's get that done. Alright, so I've quickly measured it out. I think it's about 10 millimeters deep, so I've just set it on the lower setting, which is 10 millimeters. Figured I should just make it the shallowest depth, and if I need to go more, then I can just go a bit further.
So, just when I lined up the box, oops, sorry, I'm using my drill light. I don't have my phone with me because I'm filming with it at the moment, but just when I held it up straight, seems like those holes are now good to drill. So I'll line it up, put a couple in there and just give it a bit of a test fit, see how it goes.
Yeah, I can tell that even though these are soft close hinges, they're still obviously not strong enough to hold the weight, and I sort of suspected that earlier, which is why I went ahead and bought these extra hinges. And these have quite a bit more resistance to it, so I'm hoping this will be enough to hold it up. Alright, so there's several install options. There's 75 degrees, 90 degrees, and 110 degrees, and that's just the angle that you want the lid to open to. But since my hinges only open up to 90 degrees, I'm going to go for the 90 degree installation. So now it's time to seal up the edges of the MDF, and I'm using melamine tape here. I found it was easier to keep it steady by tacking down one end just for about 2 or 3 seconds, and once you've got it in place, you can just grab your paper and iron down the rest. Just get it nice and flat. And it's a fairly cool day today in Sydney, so it's okay. Just hold down the iron for a little bit longer than usual. Remember to do the corners and the edges. Just a little trick that I learned it helps seal the melamine tape down better, and then once that's ironed down, you just go ahead and shave off the excess. The board that I purchased have these grooves in it, so you just need to take a Stanley knife and just cut out the little grooves. So I just went ahead and sealed off the remaining edges. This is the first time I've used melamine tape, and I have to say it's pretty fun. I really enjoyed this process, especially when you get to shave off the excess and clean it up. It actually produces a really nice finish. Once you've shaved off all the edges, just get a bit of sandpaper and just finish it up to smooth it out. So how much did it all cost? Well, the MDF panels I picked up from IKEA in the clearance section for $30 for 2 boards. Those were 2.4 by 1.2 meters. Soft close hinges, about $11 for a pair, and the full overlay hinges, they were about $5.50. Melamine tape, 25-meter roll for $31, and the boring drill bit for $6.69. The melamine tape, I just figured
I would use in future projects. So I bought a 25-meter roll, but for this project I used about 3-4 meters tops. So yeah, all up it was less than $90 to complete this project, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I looked around in furniture stores for an ottoman to go in my room, but anything of similar size, I was looking at about between $300 to $500, and a lot of them weren't even exactly the right fit. So having one custom made to fit purposefully in my room for a much cheaper price was more than a great incentive for me to have a crack at this project.
Yeah, thanks for watching.